She has been performing comedy right now for some 6 years. Is the first female stand-up comedian from the Caribbean. She has toured North America, and this year she has delved into the rap soca and gave us a nice little soca ditty called Yeah Right. She has just had her first female comedian show in concert by herself, and she is quickly rising to become one of the world's best female comedians. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome on stage NIKKI CROSBY.
Afternoon, New York. How are we? Good? Before, I like to see who is here, who is not here. We have any Bajans in the crowd? Make some noise, man. Grenadians. We have anybody from St. Vincent? Grenada. No, I said that already. Just checking to see if all you're with me. St. Lucia. Guyanese. Trinidad? Trinidad inside. We have any illegal immigrants? One set of Caribbean people. We have a few illegal immigrants. We have some people coming in. Want to say hello. Just came in from Trinidad. A little cold here, but getting the hang of things. How are you, sir? Looking very nice in the red tie, etc. Looking like a politician, man. Is he a politician? Hey, the paparazzi's here. How are you, sir? You all right? We have some other people. Hey, you have your camera too, man. Here's a photo takeout. Are you an official one, or you're just doing it on the side? Official? Oh, you like that? I like that, man. We have some people sitting in. This is rain, pressure. I'd like to see who I'm talking to, Let me see. Any single men in the audience tonight? What a song like I no energy, sir. We have any single men with energy in the crowd tonight? That's better. Yeah, I hear. Things rough in New York. Hi, miss. How are you? You're working here? They have you working pressure. Want to say hi to all the ladies in the audience. Good evening. Good evening. We still have people filtering. Well, I'm the first old talker on the show. How are you, sir? Any plaid? You working hard? You is the video takeouter. I like that. It's a small video. You have a big one. A big one? But he said that, like I was talking about something else. A big one. I was talking about the video camera, sir. Pressure. But the first thing, every time I come from the Caribbean, people ask me, Nikki, what is going on home? What's going on home? They want to know what's happening in the Caribbean. Well, of late, Trinidad, I could only talk for Trinidad because all of we under pressure in the Caribbean. But Trinidad, we under extra special stress. Of late, every time the youths home see anything that's going on in the Caribbean, they like to try it home too. Only have that problem here. They love to cable TV. They can introduce cable TV. So anything happening in the US, they try it home. They have more accent than all here. They hear a little TV, everybody talking with accent now. They're listening to only American music. Dressing and sweating. They're looking good, but they're sweating. Because they see it on TV. The feel of this and the hot cap. But all you know how hot things are in Trinidad and Tobago. But they're looking good. Recently, they pick up a thing in Trinidad, kidnapping. Now, them things does work out here. That don't work in the Caribbean. This is my version of a Trini kidnapping versus an American one. This is an American kidnapping. Ring. Hello, Mrs. Ayakoka, we have your son Billy, and if we don't get $5 million by 5 o'clock, you will never see him again. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you have my son Billy. Put him on the phone, let me make sure he's okay. Deal wrap up. There's a Caribbean kidnapping. Ring. 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 Hello? Yes, Mrs. Simmons, we are... Hold on. All your children can't see mommy on the phone. Go outside and play now. Give mommy a little break. Hello? Mrs. Simmons, we have your son Johnny. Johnny at home right now, No, Mrs. Simmons. Hold on, I have a call coming in. Click. Hello, Beulah, how you going, girl? Girl, how are you? I mean, if you watch Young and Restless, of course I watch it. I can't believe that Victor boy, you know, he not easy. The children, they're all right. Somebody on the phone to Johnny, I go call you back later. Click. Mrs. Simmons, we are kidnappers and we have your son Johnny. And if we don't get $5,000 by 5 o'clock, you're going to never see him again. Oh my God, I can't believe you have my son Johnny. Put him on the phone, let me tell him bye-bye. Pressure. Pressure. But the youths under, you know, is a whole different generation of children going up in the Caribbean now, you know, a whole different generation. If Olian go home in a while, Olian will be shocked. The other day, I go on a little beach relaxing myself. Your girl very single, eh? Now, ladies, in case you don't know, the key to picking up a little fella is watching him dead in the pupils of his eye. Watching him dead so. So I spot out on the beach and I'm looking good. And I spot the fella, but you know, your girl posing, he not taking me on. I say, I do a wicked side stroke. So I jump in the water, and I decide, yes, I side stroke in. Of course, watching him dead in the pupils of his eye. Side stroke, and did not realize that my left boobie fly out the bathing suit. This little child come up to me, about 6 years old. Excuse me, ma'am, what is that? I said, well, you know, it's a flotation device. He said, but miss, like you need air. It's a different generation. Pressure. I only found that very funny. Pressure, you call that. Now, I tell people, the generation that's growing up now, it has a lot to do with the parenting. Eh? Now, the long-time parents are totally different to the parents now. Eh? We used to get serious cocktail. We used to call it licks and abuse and them shipping, that's all they just call it. It was cocktail. And the mother just had to look at you and you know it was book already. You know what you was getting it for. You can't remember what you do, but you know you have licks to get when you get home. And my mother used to tell me the strangest things. Honey, I'm doing this because I love you. Whoop-doop! This is hurting me more than it hurting you. Whoop-doop! Now, I realize it's a Caribbean thing, eh? Because all you come up here and all you have 1-800 line and all kind of thing. The children have attitude these days. You know, don't touch me, you know. Or I will call 1-800 whatever. So, now my mother had tried that long time. Eh? She tell herself, you see, Nikki, because I had mouth long time. Eh? You see, Nikki, she always in trouble and I always beating her and she don't take me on. I'm going to try talking to her. The Americans say to talk to your children. Take away little privileges, etc. So I say, all right, I come home my evening. You know, I just get a little cocktail. She sit down and she tell me, from now on, we're going to try. Instead of hitting you, I'm going to take away things from you and appreciate things. I say, okay. So next day, my girl picked me up from school and I walking home. And I see a dog. And I kick the dog. She said, Nikki, for that, you will not get hot dogs for a month. So, all right, me bong for no hot dogs. I go on inside and I see the chicken and I kick the chicken. She started to breathe heavy. She said, Nikki, you will not get chicken and chips for a month. I said, okay. No, my father used to drink while growing up and thing, and he come home drunk that day. And he kicked the cat. I said, Mommy, you want to tell him, Mommy? Lex! She tried. She tried. That's not pressure? Pressure. But you know, for the trainees who here, we have a new prime minister. Everybody knows by now. He's not new. He hanging in there. And he's been inviting a lot of people, you know, from Bill Clinton, all of them big boys coming there. He's been inviting them, etc. And the other day, they had a conference home, and a lot of delegates from the CARICOM and the US, etc., came to Trinidad. We're trying to, you know, hopefully attract a little foreign investment. So while he was there, I was part of the contingency, taking them around, etc. And we went to this beautiful museum, trying to show them different parts of Trinidad. Beautiful museum. As they walk in, they see a picture of Adam and Eve, painted by a Trinidadian fellow. One of the Cubans was there. He said, you know, Adam and Eve had to be Cubans. Say Cubans. He said, yes. They believed in the communistic regime. They had one apple and they shared it. Fella from Martin said, Adam and Eve was French. Look at the love in the eyes, the sexuality between them. Adam and Eve had to be French. I say, only matter what? Adam and Eve was full-blooded Trinis. I said, Nikki, how Adam and Eve could be Trinis? I said, look at them. They have no clothes, they have nothing to eat, and they feel living in paradise. Have to be Trinis. Pressure. We are different kind of people, you know. Now, we are associated with the Caribbean, but Trini people is a different kind of people. And one thing about Caribbean people, we always late. I find that had plenty of people here on time today. But usually, like these people coming in had to be Trinis. Them had to be Trinis. We always late. Like for the last Olympics, we got very excited because we had quite a few people representing the Caribbean. And not too many people could afford to go to Atlanta. So few fellas and them was saving their money and they said they're going and represent the Caribbean. They had a Jamaican, a Bajan, and a Trini. Three of them say yes. Well, of course, by the time they reach, games done start already and they want to pay to go in. They say, well, no, you can't pay to go in, you know. People has booked these tickets years in advance. You can't pay to come in. So what do you mean we can't pay to come in? He said, yes, you just can't pay. But you know, we's also the very, very smart people, like Caribbean people. Smart. They're studying how they could get inside without paying. They look, they see an athlete's entrance. They say, yes, we could represent. But when they look around, they only see rubbish around. Jamaican fella pick up a old stick and he say, hey. He go and by the door. He say, Jamaica, javelin. My boy get inside. So the Bajan entrance, he say, yes. The Bajan pick up an old dustbin cover and he go on by the door and he say, Barbados, fencing. I just mess up the joke. I only realize that. Work with me here. But I go carry all it to the end. He go on with the thing and he said, discuss, and they let him in. The Trini now went and put one set of barbed wire all over, and then he went and said, Trinidad and Tobago fencing. I kind of messed up the joke. Work with me. Pressure. Pressure. Now, let me tell all you why I'm a little frazzled. You see me on stage here. I had a partner to pick me up to come and drop me to the show. But you know, Trinis, we nice and thing, eh? But the car break down. That's why I'm late. But I ain't going to talk about that ram. Anyway. The car break down. Now, one thing about Trini people when you come home, and Caribbean people on the whole, they take day off and thing. You know, take plenty day off and take you around to the beach and carry all over the place. That's we people. Come out here and play you on vacation. Huh? They say take the A train down to Manhattan, ask anybody for the thing and go down. So I have work to do, I late. So you just have to find your way. Because it's true. All you know, all you don't take no time off for nobody visiting. So, yesterday now, I tell myself I want to go down Fulton Mall and stuff. And so I find out to get down with the bus and so. Coming back now, I have plenty packages. But one set of people waiting. I see a man in front of me, a Chinese man. No, my father is Chinese. Yeah? We have any Chinese in the audience? One thing about Chinese people, how much children you have, sir? 8? 16? You see what I mean? One thing about Chinese people, they have plenty children. So this man stand up in front of me in the bus, but the bus line, with about 10 children, his wife and he. Bus pull up, packed. All his children going on the bus. His wife going on the bus. As he go on the bus driver say, nah, you have to wait on the next bus. Can't take no more. Now Chin vex, he start to cuss in Chinese. Chai su kai fan. Chicken fried rice. He real vex. Same time, this little old man coming down the road with one foot and a crutch. And it hitting the pavement, clacks, clacks. So Chin vex, he turn around. He said, why you don't put a rubber on that crutch? He said, if you had put a rubber on your crutch, all of we would have fit on the bus. Pressure. Pressure. You know? Let me hear by a round of applause all the married couples in the audience. My girl's smiling, boy. You just got married now. You can tell the old couples, yeah, whatever. She's smiling. How long are you married now? Say, man? You have to ask these years, you know. She could have been married 3 times, at 3 years, 4 years. Yeah. Congratulations. And I keep hoping that my generation will last a little 16 years, you know. But it's not easy, fellas. Only not easy, you know. Only is real pressure, you know. Now, I keep telling my younger sister is married, etc. And she is, you know, when are you going to get married, Nikki? When are you going to get married? You know, I keep saying, well, mommy, I have to find a man who is at my intellectual level. Who can have, you know, have a nice conversation, etc., etc. No, I met this man from Barbados once, and nice fella, went to Barbados, came back to Trinidad. My boy sent me a nice present, Federal Express a present. I say, let me see what he what, because you could tell a man personality by what he give you as a first gift, you know. When I open the box, I see a pair of pantyhose. But I tell myself, you know, when I look at the pantyhose closer now, on this side, he have stencil, Merry Christmas. And on this side, he stencil, Happy New Year. Then send a note to tell me he go check me between the holidays. Now, you see the pressure? You see the pressure? Anyway, he came from Barbados. We started to build up a little, you know, a little relationship, etc. He came from Barbados. I carry him out for carnival and thing, you know, building up this nice relationship. I say, time to get busy. My boy come by me and he take off his shoes. If you see his toes, how much corn on it. I said, what happened to your toes? He said, well, he had a little lisp to it. He said, when I was small, I had polio. I said, I could work with it. He have a lisp, some corn on his toes, I could work with it. My boy slip off his pants. If you see Bobo and thing on his knees. I said, well, what happened to your knees? He said, when I was small, I had needles. I said, I could work with it. I could work with it. My boy slip off his jockey shorts. I said, wait, don't tell me when you were small, you had small cocks. Pressure. I find you laughing too much, you know. He's up for small cocks. But as I say, you have to work with them. Well, that was the end of that relationship. I pick up with this other new boyfriend. Now, we're going wrong a little while now. You know what? The other day, he come by me. I tell you, these fellas little slower ladies, he come by me. I say, honey, you have to go for AIDS test. The people say we have to do an AIDS test. He said, I don't want to go for no test. I said, no, you have to go for the test. He said, all right. He come back very excited. He said, Nikki, the test was negative. I say, you're positive? He said, yes. You see the problem? You see the problem? So then I tell myself, well, here what? I don't trust those tests. From now on, we have to condomize. The people say to use your condoms. Typical West Indian man. I don't like to use condoms because I don't feel nothing. I said, well, now even because I don't feel nothing either. He was a little upset, but still trying to work it out. You know, we're still trying to work it out. Hey, good evening. How are you? Had to be from Trinidad late. Pressure, pressure. But we have any single ladies in the audience? Make some noise. I'm here. We have to stand as united, you know. Well, you don't agree with me. It's hard to meet a nice fella. They're under pressure. They're in jail. They're on the other side. Or they just don't want a woman, period. Or they tie up like a market crab. We had a few single men. Maybe you could join up later, trying a little thing. No, no. You have to work with them because my boyfriend and I were thinking about marriage. And we decided to go to a pre-marriage counselor, which is where they talk to young couples and about the difficulties of marriage, etc., etc. So we went and we had our first meeting, and he said that the problem is with young couples, they put too much emphasis on sex. So he said, what you need to do is bond and go home and talk. So I said, I could do that, man. I just talk on stage. I could do that. Say, yeah, set the mood. Little Luther Vandross was playing. A little wine. etc. I say, yes, today's the day. I buy a little Victoria's Secret. Not no secret about it. It's looking hot. We sit down, we drink the wine, the music thing. My boy slip off Victoria and he watch Fluffy. He's called it Fluffy. He watch Fluffy. Hear the lyrics now. He say, honey, if I had a camera, I would have take a picture of Fluffy and frame it and put it on my bed head so it would greet the dawn of every morning. So I say I could do that too. So I slip off the pants and I watch Sam. I just call it Sam. And I watch Sam. I say, honey, if I had a camera, I would have take a picture of Sam and get it enlarged. He didn't appreciate it at all. Pressure. But we're still trying to work it out. We're trying to work it out. But men always have this little problem. They have such a little problem with that. Marks an important question to the men. Do we have any impotent men in the audience? Let me see by raise of hands. All they can't raise that either? Pressure. Look, this lady putting up the husband hand in the back there. But that is a serious problem, especially for a woman. Ladies, all you do agree with me, that's a very serious problem. So the boyfriend and I tell him, I say, maybe stress on the job. He's a hard worker, etc. I say, but, money or not, we need to get that problem solved. Especially if you want me to say I do. He said, well, all right. He try all kind of doctor. All kind of doctor. He finally hear about a Obia man down south in Trinidad. I said, this is the last resort. My boy jump in the car and he drive down south. He under pressure because he know I have a face waiting on him when he come home. He said, no, I'm going to organize everything. My boy going down south and he meet this Obia man. And the Obia man tell him, he say, here what, partner? I'm working on this little potion. I ain't going to charge you because you're my first customer. He say, but it's a herbal thing. And you also have to bring your mind into it. So you have to think and you have to talk and positive vibes and drink this little potion. He said, when you want to get it up, say, voom! It will bring in all the vibes. He said, when you want to put it down, say, voom, voom! He said, by giving you a little test, you only have 3 chances. So my boy driving home, he said, I better try this thing home before I go and buy Nikki, yes? He said, voom! My boy walking. He said, voom, voom! Right. He pull up by a traffic light. A motorcycle pull up, voom! He take off, voom, voom! So he fly home by me because you only have 1 more chance. And your girl waiting, eh? He said, voom! Now your girl smiling because she real happy. I said, honey, where you get this voom, voom thing from? Pressure. Pressure. But people always ask me, they say, Nikki, how long are you in comedy and stuff and why you started to do it? And there are a lot of children and a lot of youths into comedy and they want to get into comedy. And I keep telling them, I have a degree in marketing. Because comedians are not stupid people. We need to know what's going on in the world to talk about it. You need to be topical, etc. So I'm trying to tell the youths, you need to stay in school, etc. Because when I first started doing comedy, I was, glad I got into a profession I liked. Because I had done a few jobs before and I got fired. No, they weren't my fault. I used to work with BWI. We know about BWI, right? No, they hired me as a customer service representative. What do you hear name? Customer badge all down in my armpit when I put it down. Customer service representative. And they hire me. Now, basically, that was to keep the customers happy. So I said I could do that, man. First day on the job there, man. 424 coming from New York. I heard this woman bawl out, oh, God, be we again? I said, okay, I can handle this. I'm a customer service representative. I said, excuse me, ma'am, and how are you? What seems to be the problem? I'm NIKKI CROSBY, your customer service representative. She said, here, what happening? I put my dog on the flight from New York. It was a direct flight. I come down here and I have no dog. I said, well, no, let me check in the hold and see. Maybe they forgot the dog. When I go in the hold now, I see the dog dead. Say pressure. I go on back, I say, well, Miss Lady, what happened is that by mistake, the dog went on a Caracas flight. And we will get it back tomorrow and I'll drop it from here. She said, make sure and bring my dog, you know, it's a small, white, fluffy dog. I said, okay, miss. I take she name, address, everything. That evening, I went from pet shop to pet shop to pet shop looking for a white, fluffy dog. I finally get one looking like the dog I see. I go and buy her next day. I say, excuse me. She said, yes, you the baby woman. I say, yes, customer service representative. I brought the dog. She said, miss, that is not my dog. I said, miss, this is your dog. Look, white, fluffy. It went Caracas by mistake. It even barking with a little accent. Look, look. She said, miss, that is not my dog. My dog, they're dead. I was bringing it back to bury it. That is not my dog. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.